Welcome back to another video in Canon Lab. Today we're going to talk about Python variables. So to better understand Python variables, you kind of have to think of it like a box or a container. For example, we have right now 3 variables here: name, age, is active, right? So name, basically it's the container that's carry my name, Ken, and then age is the variable that's carry the age, and is active basically tells you is it true or false, which is like Boolean type of variables. Variables are amazing in Python, and you can basically store data inside of them and then call it within your program anytime that you want to use that variables or to get the value back from that variables. So knowing how to utilize variables in Python is a great skill to have, and that's pretty much how you build like real world programs in Python. So yeah, so within that video, we're gonna go over some variables scenario. Hopefully after you watch this video, you'll know exactly how to use variables. What is variables in Python? Um, for example, you can name your variable very simple, but also you want to be descriptive with your variables. You don't want to be vague as a programmer. You want to be descriptive within your program, so we know exactly what that variable do. For example, you can say x equal 10, and you can also go the second line. You can also change x to, you can also say x equal hello world, right? So those two variables, even though they're the same, but they both have a different values inside of them. One of them is data int, and the second one was which is a string, right? So if I were to print type here and then type in x inside, that should be coming back as a int class, right? And then if I were to go down here and get the x type, that should be coming as a stir or a string. So variables in Python, like I said, it's amazing. And if I just wanted to print what's inside x inside each variable, you can just basically go back and say print x for each of them. The first one should come back as 10, and the second one should come back as hello world, right? So you can see now you have your output as 10 and then hello world. Yeah, so this is pretty much Python variable for you in the nutshell. So yeah, so that's Python variables. All right, so these are Python data types. So let's go ahead and go over every single one of them. So you have first, here you have your int data type, which is class int, and then you have float, which give you decimal number or floating number, and then you have string, which is like characters you can think of, and then you have Boolean, which is true or false, and then you have list. You can think of list as an array or list of things, and then you have tuple, and you also have dictionary, and I think another one is called set. Yeah, these are the 8 data types you're probably going to be working with in Python. So get familiar with those. I'm going to go over some of these data type here so you can get to know them very well, especially when you're going to be working in Python. You're going to see those a lot and very often. Another thing I wanted to mention here um, about x equal. Think of the equal sign as an assigned variable, not equal to in terms of like as a assign operator, not equal in terms of in comparison though. If that makes sense. Uh, thank you. All right, so let's now go ahead and go over every single of data type in Python. So, I mean, as we already know earlier, like int is basically a data type where it's deal with number, and float it's just like going to like let's say 10.10 for example, and then string is basically saying hello. That's string data type. um and then bool, it's basically saying x equal true. um and list, it's where it's get a little bit complicated. You can add, let's say, 1 2 3 4 and 5. So that will consider a list, for example. And then tuple, it's basically this thing. I believe you can just do this. That will consider a tuple. Let's verify that. We can just put type x, and that should come back as a tuple, right? So that is a tuple. And then a dictionary, it's a key value pair. So you can do the curly braces for that. You can say x. Let's do this, and then you can do 12. I think you have to put that in. And then, for example, if we had to like print that again, you can say type, and then put x. It should come as a dict. And then a set, it's basically one set of it cannot be a duplicate. I believe that's what a set is. And I think, for example, it uses I believe the curly braces as well. You can do 1 2 and 3. I think that should come back as a set, but let's double check. Let's see, yeah, set. Just to recap everything from throughout the video, like I mentioned, so int is basically numbers, same as float. You know, float is like decimal number, and int is like whole number. And text, obviously, or string, or stir, and bool or boolean, it's basically true or false. And then you have the collection data types like list, like dictionary, like tuple, like set and stuff. Like I say, set is on order but no duplicate. You cannot have the same data inside a set list. Um, yeah, so these are your Python data type. And like I mentioned, guys, it's require a lot of practice. So you kind of have to work with this data type if you really wants to be familiar yourself with Python data type, is to keep practicing it. Um, because you won't be able to like familiar yourself with that kind of data when working with Python if you don't practice it. Um, this is just a general overview of the Python data type and variables. And yeah, if you keep practicing every day, eventually you'll be familiar with them. And this is pretty much how you're going to be, you know, program staff and working with high level data and stuff. You kind of have to get these stuff down if you're going to be very proficient in Python. So yeah, if you like that kind of video, um, I plan on to make those more. Like I said, please subscribe to my channel, Kenneth Lab. I'm definitely gonna bring more video like this. So please likes and subscribe. Comment if you have any question. I'll be more than happy to answer them. And have a good one, guys.